hide behind. We can't let him know we're here. Why? Because I don't want to be artied to death. Have you seen that, Stuka? Hello everyone, this is Greyshot117 bringing you another COH2 replay. This is a 3v3 on Rezhev Winter. We have a full Soviet team, 2 FTW and a Vamak. I'm currently going over old replays on my brother's PC, so if it looks a little different or I sound a little different, that is why, and that's why you don't see my face. Anyway, let's get to it, shall we? We got Mihawk, Raptor, and I'm just going to say gas, but, you know, we'll just say gas. Shinobi, Warrior, Orbit, and Tuda as the Soviets. Can't check playtime because I'm offline. That way I miss out on an update that literally deleted everyone's save over the past month. So, man, just when I thought my chest is getting better, I'm going to sit down. Tonight, I'm going to not... No. Just not happening. Speaking of not happening, the engineer squad fighting the Sturms, not happening. It's going to run away. By the way, Mihawk is going with Elite Armored. Interesting enough. Hopefully the Sturm Tiger does some real damage here. Just like those Sturm Pioneers killing engineers on the open ice. Meanwhile, we got conscripts taking over the point. Conscripts pushing over on the right. Actually, is it just conscripts are we seeing? Yeah, okay, we have one MG from Shinobi Warrior, but everyone else is just conscripts. Meanwhile, Volk squads are moving on in. We got conscripts fighting the Sturms. Engineer squad as well trying to assist after kind of pulling back. Sturm Pioneers still doing fairly well. 7 kills. Oh, get out of there, man. Very low on health. Conscripts might try to put some final shots in target. He might die. Hold on. Nope, he makes it. He barely made it out, but he did make it. Conscripts opening fire on the Volk squad. Meanwhile, at least capture-wise, not going great for the Soviets, as the fuel is currently not under their supply lines. We can see here it's cut off, which is not great. They need to cap it. Meanwhile, speaking of capping, Kubel up here with some Volk squads. We have an MG coming in here from Raptor. And Gasset went breakthrough. Very interesting to see. Allies have yet to pick a single commander and are being driven back by the Germans. Right now, we got Volk squad still in the building. Again, delaying action, just causing hell, so the Soviets have to focus their efforts there and can't really focus anywhere else. Luckily, Maxim is going to do some damage against the Kubel, possibly kill it. It's going to be close. Oh my god. That thing has no health remaining, but it somehow inched its way to victory. Conscripts falling back. We have more conscripts getting a better position. Panzer Fusiliers, Sturm, and a Volk charging on in. Tuda's going to need... Tuda's going to do some real damage if he does this right, but unfortunately he's running with one model. I think if he moved everything to heavy cavalry, it might be a little bit better, but that was simply not the case. Conscripts might be in the building, and one squad hanging left. Oh, they're being flanked! Excellent flanking maneuver, man. Raptor doing a great job suppressing all the Soviet forces, allowing gas to move on in. Really great teamwork right there, seriously. Meanwhile, the conscripts trying to hold the line, but it's one squad versus all this. They're probably not going to win that battle. Unless Pens Fusiliers limit their... nope, he retreated. I was going to say limit their men to only one squad fighting. Anyway, Volk squad's fighting the conscripts, doing what he can to drive them back, and probably will, especially with Grenadiers coming on in and an MG. Again, not too shabby. Tier-wise, he's getting Battle Phase 1, so maybe we'll see something very, very soon. We got some Volks, Sturms, multiple Fusiliers. Okay. Still mostly conscripts. Again, gotta give it up. Oh, Tuda's going airborne. That could be huge. Now, to be fair, they did up the price, but the reason why I say it's huge is because of the fact that those airborne drops can be given to the entire Soviet team. It can literally be a Soviet Lend-Lease action that really helps build them up. But to build, you need a foundation, and to build that foundation, you need munitions. If you don't have munitions, yeah, that Soviet heavy conscript build that all the Soviet forces could deploy is gonna be a pipe dream, kind of like the rat, was there the rat tank in that Germany tried to create, and then they realized they don't have the resources for it. Oh my god. Well, also a pipe dream is those conscripts thoughts on retirement, because that got cut short. Nice rifle grenade, got almost the entire squad with that and executed the last man. Conscripts driving back the Panzer Fusiliers as well. Looks like Raptor and Mihawk are actually doing a really good job pushing back. Looks like Shinobi on left, and Tuda is trying to regroup. Still dropping additional weapons. He'll have 2 squads with at least the rifles to kind of help with the DPS against the enemy, so that's pretty good. MG opening fire against them. We got ourselves, VP point-wise, a lot more pressure being placed on the Soviets. ATs being deployed. Orbit bringing shock rifle. Not a bad idea. Now, a lot of times, artillery is a main focus on this map, but this map is small enough a Katusha can get a good volley at pretty much anywhere on the map. So, if I had to make a guess of like, okay, if that is the case, then why go this? Well, the fire is a great tool of area of effect to keep stuff off, and usually this game revolves around literally battles to grab victory points. So if you drop fire down, you can keep the enemy at bay while you capture that territory. That's why I really think that's a good doctrine. Plus, again, you have the IL-2, which is great because this map's pretty small, so you can call in that to strike. Grandier's falling back. So close to cutting him off, but not really. Anyway, what else we got here? So yeah, overall, it's just one of those situations where it's, especially also the IS-2 being a pretty good tank as well, so could be very good. Although Yag Tiger, gas went Yag Tiger, that's the big issue as well. We got Sturm Tiger and Yag Tiger. If the Yag Tiger is set up properly and well defended, any allied or specifically Soviet tank coming on in could be torn apart in an instant. Not even a joke. It could absolutely be ripped apart. Simply put, they have to be very careful how they maneuver in this map. Volk squads coming on in force, saving the MG. Again, great teamwork right there. But again, gotta give up to the Soviets who, even with all that said, they are still doing what they can to help drive the enemy back. So, and specifically on the left, where they're at least grabbing territory and going into the enemy positions. So good job there. At least they're getting something. At least they're trying to push on up, while the Germans are actually, by the way, MG defense, I'm assuming that way they don't quickly decap the fuel, but they do have a good chunk of Soviet territory. I'll just be saying Soviet because literally there's 3 Soviet players. Oh my god, more conscripts being executed, Jesus! Alright, well, the Soviet orbit, oh my god, Shinobi, 2 squads, we have still 4 for Tuda, but anyway, conscript slowly backing on up. That Maxim's going to have to be doing a lot of work really soon right now. Anyway, MG about to suppress some Volks, and there's a lot of Volks to suppress. Artillery fire would also be beneficial. Coming on in, just drive them back and force them back to base. Good use of it. And yeah, at least they hold the line for a little longer. Also, he could probably use that conscript squad to reinforce that MG, because most likely he's going to just be holding that territory with the support equipment more so than the conscripts. The conscripts really don't have that much health left. If you give it to the MG, at least they'll survive a little longer, and that way if situations like that happen, it's, you know, maybe it doesn't die. Yep, like that. Anyway, cash is going down by Raptors, so it looks like the Wehrmacht player is, again, helping out his team. He's like, okay, we need fuel, we need to keep on the pressure. I'll build 3 caches to assist with that. The Soviets are down on fuel, although even on munitions, and it would definitely help if they grab that additional territory back to kind of get a small lead, at least in that regard. But also the Germans are also grabbing this territory, so it's going to be about even with resources. Yep. With the fuel lead just by the caches. But the Soviets can also build caches, so we'll see what they do. Panzer II's on the field. Conscripts have no AT grenades. That's a big F right there. They're going to need something to assist. But shock troops coming on in. Panzerfusiliers about to open fire. Come on, let's see what we got. Grenade being thrown. Excellent hit. Shock troops might perish. Hides behind the truck. Going to run for its life. Panzer II still firing at it. Heavy cover is being hit, and the shock troop manages to get back to base. Good job, man, shock troops. You ran. You ran, and you made it back. Just like Forrest. Anyway, god damn it. Conscripts moving on in to capture mid. How are their tiers looking? Oh, Shinobi Warrior went guard mortar. Heavy infantry, more advanced medium armor. Not a bad strategy, all things considered. Orbit and them are a population of around, low 30s. Tier 3 is an option, though, for the Soviets. That's good. At least they're upping it. Raptors getting tier 3 for the Germans. That means Panzer IV, Ostwind, something like that will be coming up very, very soon. Not good for them, as I don't believe a lot of the Soviet players have AT. Okay, one does, but, I mean, like... okay, they're slowly getting AT. That's reassuring. Anyway, Let's see, we already talked about Raptor. Hawk is getting a mechanized, so we already saw the Panzer II. He's getting a Stuka. That could be even more deadly because, again, if he starts ripping apart a lot of Soviet forces like this mortar, AT gun, stuff like that, and just start breaking down their support weapons, the conscripts alone cannot hold against the OKW's forces all that well. They do have a decent amount of Volk squad still, and they're also getting a decent amount of veterancy with a lot of kills, actually. The 12 kills are only Vet 1. Oh my god, give that man a medal. He's like, I'm doing so much work. I have more than these guys. Why don't I get a promotion? But anyway. Let's see. Gas is going Panzerfussilier. G43 rifles equipped. Not too shabby. Again, at least he's upgrading his men. Also, are they placing mines? I don't see any mines along here, nor do I see any mines on the Soviet side. So, but I am assuming Tuda has been, yep, he's calling down more, what was it called? Rifles to assist and kind of make sure that at least he has a supply, you know, he has a supply to upgrade his men. Meanwhile, 2 pushes, Volk squads in mid and that. We do have the demo, I think, right there. Does fire, I think he saw it. But it didn't explode, so I don't know if he's thinking it's gone, or he didn't make it, or he's getting close. I'm going to remove that, because this could be a big boom. Hold on. He's super, super close to it, but it's still, I don't think it would kill him. He needs to get a little closer. He's suppressed, though, just outside of it. That's disappointing. Stuk opening fire in mid. Plenty of targets. Hits the, oh my god, that building is somehow barely standing. Conscript's taking a lot of hits too. I don't think he would get a lot of veterancy from that, but at the very least, yeah, at the very least he did get a couple hits, so that will delay the Soviets. Su-76 coming on in. Oh, this could be a good Su-76 barrage if they hit this. Although armor-piercing rounds, it could do a little damage, but you probably just want to pull back from the artillery that this thing's going to be firing. And yep, it's going to be reducing the health pretty quick. Panzer II is opening fire on the shock troops, with Panzerfussiliers coming on in to support. Again, looks like we have Pioneers. Oh, a bunker down, but a weird spot. I'm assuming this is more to stop a push this way. Really anything else than over here. It's still, it's kind of like a half effort, I think. I don't know. That bunker placement seems a little off to me. I mean, like, maybe they're thinking the high wall will protect it, but anyway. Su-76 moving on in. So we have double Su-76s. So Soviets realize, okay, the Germans are getting the medium armor. We need a decent tank destroyer, and the Su-76 will perform admirably if in the right combat scenarios. Long range, definitely. If it gets close range and starts doing some circles, Su-76 might be a little effed without some support like conscripts. Anyway, Panzer IV definitely being hit and driven back. MG right there. There's the demo. Volk Blob coming on in. God, you need to put a demo by that tree. I think that's what he's about to do. Please, Shinobi, put a demo by the tree. Incendiary going down. Gonna burn his MG back. Again, right by the tree, man. Right by the tree. But anyway, let's see. We do have ATs here. So it looks like we have a solid defense over here. So it looks like Gas is like, okay, I can't just leave my area open. I have to make sure it's protected just in case. And not a bad idea. I don't think there's anything wrong with a defense in that vicinity, like having something there, because it looks like the Soviets are prepping a push. Panzer Headquarters should also provide some protection. He has upgraded it fully, so good to see there. But yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, okay, good to see, good that he's fighting, and good he's holding. Meanwhile, Grenadiers, and again, he still has his frontline troops trying to help the front. Even though the Soviets are doing a good job, a lot of artillery from the Su-76s are driving them back, and it looks like it is working. Double VP caps are slowly helping out the Allies. Building collapses, MG's dead, conscripts barely alive. That was an amazing Stuka shot. Really great Stuka, 15 kills total. Really great job. Panzer IV and Panzer II are going to push on left. I don't think he remembered the demo. He's going on in. Come on, demo. Come on, demo. And would have been perfect. Oh, well. Oh, he got him. 3 models down, and he stopped. Hey, it stopped him from capping it. That was a win. That's a win in my book. Even if he doesn't kill it, he forced the squad back. That's something. Not amazing, but at least it's something. Su-76 driving back the Panzer II. Volk Blob inbound. MG, though, is knocked out, so they're going to need something else. We do have a push on right. We have a T-34-76 along with conscripts. MG facing the wrong way. That's kind of facing over. Oh, it's hitting the shock troops. AT gun is prepping a shot. Firing through the little... What is that? Is that bathroom? I think that's an outhouse. He's firing through the outhouse, I believe, and hitting the T-34, which may die if he doesn't retreat. Hey, Tuda, you have oh my god, you have 1,300 manpower. Jesus Christ. Very lucky that shot, like, hit the ground and not your tank. Panzer IV coming in to clean the Soviets out. I love how he's just like, no heavy cover for you. You fight on the road, now run. Meanwhile, wait. SU-76 diving the Stuka. Oh my god, not enough to kill it. Run, Stuka, run! Alright, if he gets around the truck, maybe he'll be okay. He does hit it as Stuka. Good maneuver by Hawk getting out of there. Shinobi having a lot of issues finishing it off and loses that 76 from a mixture of the flak on the base, the Panzerfaust, and I think it was just, yeah, Panzerfaust and the flak. But really very lucky in that defense. Holy mackerel. The Soviets in that attack did not hold any ground. They actually lost a lot in that offensive. Tuda, I mean, again, he is down to... no, he got a new conscript squad. That's good. But his forces fell back, and now... well, actually, no, they're still grabbing that. So I guess the Germans will have to recapture that territory. If they can reinforce that and hold it, that's something. I don't think they'll have the men to. But right now I'm seeing Raptor kind of move in, and I don't see many defenses. Guard troops are there with DPs. So maybe I'll eat Crow, and they'll hold. Oh my god, grenade. At least he got one model. Although you have a Jagdpanzer now, so it looks like Gas is at least providing some effort. Though it is weird, he is not. I figured he would try to go for a Jagdtiger. And if he's going for the Jagdtiger, Jagdpanzer seems like a weird choice. Usually, and again, this is just my experience, but usually if somebody goes a very specific role, especially a heavy tank destroyer, they'll get something like a Panzer IV for anti-infantry and also for quick response. Jagdpanzer, while very quick, is also anti-armor. So maybe just making sure flanks don't happen or kind of guarding. Stuka coming on in, clearing a ton of... Jesus Christ! Fear him, for his name is Stuka. Oh my god, yeah, that Stuka is just pulverizing the support weapons. 25 kills, and Shinobi just having to recruit a lot of his men. The Soviets losing that right, but the T-34 is coming back to try to fight. He does have to worry about Panzerfusiliers and their AT grenades. Gas does have enough munitions for them. Stern Pioneer as well could come on in, fire some Panzer shots at him. Conscript's fully retreating. Jagdpanzer open. If he had troops, he could take it. It looks like we do have forces from Hawk coming on in. Meanwhile, it looks like Shinobi Warrior is pulling out of this sector, realizing he's taken too many losses. He needs to pull back to a better defensive position, because I feel like I mean, to be fair, admirably, he sees his flank open and he needs to get to a better position. Su-85 on the field. Conscript still back at base. Kind of curious, actually, about Tuda. Tuda has a lot of munitions. He could be calling in additional support for his allies, dropping in those rifles. Again, helping yourself is great, but helping your team is so beneficial to holding that front, because you can see these rifles are doing work. They're holding back Panzerfusiliers. To be fair, you could say, like, literally, it's like, great new car today. May have 25,000 miles and stuff like this. So, like, my little, like, kind of thing that I'll say really quick is they're in negative cover, and also they're not in the best position to fight those things. And then move a little to the left behind the truck. Maybe they'll be better. Kubel, oh man, that sucks. Oh, man, I always shed a tear when the Kubel's lost. Anyway, T-3045 on the field by Shinobi. At least he did upgrade his armor. And that's... the good news is there is a Jagdpanzer is over the open ice, but at least they should be able to combat that T-34. Shock troops coming on into the Volk squads. Throws a grenade. Grenade hanging the Volk. Perfect grenade. Oh my god, the artillery as well, driving all the squads back. One little thing is the squads do retreat a little quick, so Hawk, I'll give you... Oh my god! Well, remember, that's the heavy mortar, so one model remaining. It's fine. He can carry it back to base. Oh my god, nice explosion right there. Kills some Grenadiers. Stops the cap. Grenadiers being suppressed by the MG, and that attack might fail. Rifle grenade being fired. Does get a great hit. Gets the kill. And the Panzer II coming in to take the shot from the T-3045. What a champ. What a champ. Meanwhile, we got a T-34 being engine critted by most likely a Panzerfaust after being hit by an AT gun. Conscript's very low on health. Actually, I think he just got killed by his ally. He did. T-34 just betrayed the motherland. He executed. Oh no, I'm sorry. He did order 227. The conscript squad wanted to retreat. He's like, no, you stay and fight, and shot him as he retreated. It makes sense. It makes sense. Anyway, we got ourselves some Panzer Fusiliers trying to hold back the conscripts. Additional conscripts trying to hold the line. Again, German forces doing pretty well, all things considered, driving them back. Su-76 opening fire, hitting the general area. Artillery's hitting it, and we have 8 kills for the Su-76, so doing pretty well. Population-wise for the Allies, we're looking at a low 60s. Axis are actually lower. They're in the low 50s. But I honestly wouldn't have suspected that. But that being said, looks like a breakthrough might have been achieved on right. Looks like Tuda is able to break through and take that right-hand side. Meanwhile, a bit of a more closely even match is going on left. T-34 is slightly injured, is fighting Panzer Grenadier, and a Panzer IV, though focusing on the armor more so than the infantry. Infantry could have... No, he doesn't have it. Why don't you have a T-grenade, Shinobi? Why? That's such a big deal. Such a big deal. Anyway, Katusha opening fire, trying to break the bunker before he finishes building it. Alas, not the case. Grenadiers, though, will retreat, but will get out relatively fine. Big old blob coming on in. Expect Mass Panzerfaust in the near future. Tons of munitions. One more could do it. Does he have it? He does. And the Volk blob is going to come on in and just kill all the engineers. My god. So many Soviet casualties this game. So many. Mortar trying to make a break for it over the ice as the Volks shoot him. He's on the 2 models. He only needs 1. One man is trying to capture it. I think he's ice skating at that point. I think it was ice skating, but he does make it out. So good job there. Volk squad's taken over this northern sector, and I think that will cut off the Soviet fuel. No! Soviet fuel has been taken. Orbit jebaited. What the heck? I don't know why he's saying jebaited. I don't understand that. Something happened. I may have missed. But anyway, Panzerfusiliers supporting the Volk squads close to range as they tried to tear apart those conscripts, which are fighting over the ice, which everyone knows. The most cover you can have in a KO2 game is over ice, because the ice provides you solid defense if the enemy's underwater. If not, then you're pretty much out in the open and going to be mowed down. And as a Soviet, I'm surprised you haven't learned from the Battle of Finland why fighting on the ice could be a bad idea. One Soviet commander's like, we won the Great Winter War. And then someone's like, but sir, we lost 250,000 men. We had that many casualties. And the other commissar is like, shut up. Jagdpanzer coming on in. T-34, they really need to use an AT grenade to pin it. If they do, the Jagdpanzer could really take advantage of it. Oh no, Su-85 coming in the cover. And good job. Pull back the Su-85. Not pull back the Su-85. Pull back the Jagdpanzer. You don't want to overextend and then have the conscript hit you. And then the Su-85 flanks you, or maybe the T-34 goes around you. Something like that. Luckily, it looks like Orbit came in for the clutch. Help retake the territory with Shinobi Warrior. They is going to leave middle open. And that will continue to put the VP tick down on the Allied forces. The Soviets are in a bit of a rough state right now. Even though they do have a decent amount of population, the map control wise, a little bit of an issue. But that being said, even though they're retaking the left and currently being held for right now, on right, they're actually, even though I've been kind of a little bit critical on Tuda, Tuda's actually done a fairly well, entrenchment. Like he's constantly battling gas over here, which is keeping gas preoccupied and fully focused on this front, which is good. Usually a player will just sit and then they'll move the forces like we saw earlier in mid, but no, not this case. Now unfortunately all this armor is kind of having some pathfinding issues, which the Stuka is now firing, by the way, up to 36 kills. We'll see if this is another great hit. And not really. Does a little bit of health damage, but honestly not too much. I think Orbit did lose a conscript. Oh my god. Did you just execute a man? No, you didn't. Okay, I was worried. I was like, did you just execute another Soviet? Anyway, Sturm Tiger's now on the field. Oh, hello. Raptor could also deploy a Tiger. So we're already seeing the Germans deploy heavy armor if that is the case. We are 2 heavy armored vehicles on the field. Panther's on the field, so we're not going to see a Jag Tiger. Okay, that's fine. We don't, I mean, he'd probably save up for it later, but for right now, I think the Panther's a better option because you need something to be fast and mobile to really take on the T-34 and also the Su-85. Also, army-wise, Tuda is beating gas ever so slightly. And also, resource-wise, I think the altitude strike could be very, very good at strafing the Panther and stuff like that, especially with the T-34 Rams and the S-85 hits from the side. Volkblob coming on in, dodging the heavy mortar hits. Katusha, point-blank shot, does a good first volley, not great. Still a good volley. Waits, last one. Alright, last one does the work, and fire goes down. Kills one of the Volk squads. Good hit all around. So good solid defense here, but the Stuka is coming back for some payback. Lots of conscripts, though, fully upped. Hold on. Stuka coming in. Not a good hit, not a great hit. It at least hit the armor as well. S-85 moving on over. Tiger coming on in. Could probably engage that unit on its side, and again, only shock troops, so it's not going to really provide any anti-armor. Sturm Tiger saying goodbye to the Zis, I think. Vehicles, oh, it's buttoned. Well, okay, yep, it just delayed the action. Actually, hold on, maybe not. Sturm Tiger immediately knocked out. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Greyshot wants to inform you that if you have your heavy armored vehicle, make sure that it's well supported. Otherwise, well, you could end up like that Sturm Tiger. So remember, guys, for a cup of coffee a day, you can support your troops with some Grenadiers or Volk squads or whatever faction you pick. Make sure to support the heavies. They truly need it to stay alive. Shock troops coming on in and somehow scaring the Panzer IV and the Tiger, more so just allowing sight. This is not dead, though, and they do recrew it, so at least they get the Su-85 back. Meanwhile, back on Tuda's position, he's trying to hold this VP the best he can. Unfortunately, it looks like artillery came down, breaking the ice. I don't think anything went through it, so there's that. Double AT guns are going to be a bit of a hassle for some of this armor if they try to move on in, which I think the Jagdpanzer had to deal with. The good news is that at least mid and for the most part, this section is still under German command, so they can kind of hold the defensive line against water, so that makes a small pocket to where the Soviets can really press from. Su-85 trying to crawl his way out. But this is why, as well, if I can, I'll try to repair the engine before jumping on in. Because a lot of times, it's just not feasible to get out of there in just one piece. So, that's why I'm always like, okay. Could be good to try to get out. But, in any case, artillery fire coming on in. Forcing back the Panzer II, but Panzer II has 20 quick kills. Let me be very clear. Pretty good Panzer II, although Hawk only has the Stuka, and as well losing not a ton of infantry, even though he has a decent amount of manpower, so that's something he could work on. Raptor doing pretty well. Gas also having a very good fighting force. Now, actually, that's the one thing I'm actually give credit for. Him picking the Panzerfussiliers is actually unintentionally a genius move, because he's fighting a Soviet with long-range weapons, so yeah, that works out. Now, I will say, again, he still needs to heal his troops. And, yeah, a lot of them still need heals, even though they're charging the front. But, oh my god. Also, AT would be greatly appreciated when fighting a T-34. Unless he's trying to mass Panzerfaust. But even a Panzerfaust and AT grenade, it's not... What are you doing? You're literally charging, like, the Finnish. Not your Finnish, the Soviets. The Soviets are like, hey, guys, if we just send the tanks out, they'll be fine. The Finnish like... Cool, we're just gonna jump all over the tanks. Luckily, it may have been a trap, and the Panzer Grenadier, never mind. Panzer Grenadiers literally move on in and forget to fire on the T-34. The mine detonates, actually, I think, hurting the AT gun. There we go, Panzer Shrek's being fired, and Panzer IV coming in from behind. Oh my god, I didn't even realize how big this flank was. Panzer IV now needs to get behind the Su-85. A blitz would be great. And remember, this is an austere, so it doesn't get a combat blitz. It's just a normal blitz. Su-85 is knocked out, tries to go for the cutoffs, hits it, but does not stop the Su-85. But one last shot will kill it, and does. Tuda has been effectively neutered, losing all of his armor. Still a lot of manpower under his disposal, can can always pick up those AT guns or make new ones, but he is down. Raptor and, Gas effectively neutralized him, which even though that we can kind of see again, Orbit and, Shinobi doing a decent job on left, they're going to have to come in and really help out his ally because they're going to have free reign. Now, to be fair, let me be very clear, Gas did lose a number of his models, and it's going to take a little bit of time for him to... Like, this is also something, why are you getting more Panzerfussiliers when you can't even retrofit them? It's like making another division when you don't have your division fully optimized. What was it? Again, time goes. They were talking about like divisions in detail in 1941 before Barbarossa. The Soviets have 230 divisions or something like that, with like, I think it's something close to like 24,000 tanks, or some ridiculous number. But the problem is, a lot of those divisions have very little equipment, or the tanks are in disrepair. So it's like, not going to be great. Not really going to help. Panzerfaust may be firing at the Su-85. Oh, one more could maybe kill it. Panther need to get the hell out. KV actually penetrating along with the S-76. Knock it out. And the S-85 makes it out. I guess Volksquads didn't want to kill it. Or the Stuka, or maybe the Stuka's coming in. I don't know. I really don't know. Stuka, 41 kills. Artillery fire comes on in. I think they just murdered. Yeah, they murdered the KV-1. It just sank to the bottom of the creek. Oof. I love how it's sinking like to the bottom, and honestly, it probably would have sank 3 feet. I love Code 2 water. It's like, how deep is that water? Well, see, you take a step, and then it's just literally there's a megalodon down there. It goes like it goes to the Marianas Trench. That's how deep this creek is. Anyway, oh my god, if the Stuka could fire right now, it would have a field day. Nope, the Sturm Tiger does, and shock troops are just being annihilated. Good grenades, though, and a Katyusha coming in to keep the infantry back. But my god, so many Soviet forces died. And actually, I don't know if that was the Katyusha, but water broke and a lot of men fell into it. Stuka firing. Unsure what's going to hit. T-34 diving. Stuka did immediately retreat. Do like that. There's a lot of armor right there. Panzer IV coming on in for the clutch. Shinobi Warrior trying to come in and kill the Stuka, but alas, coming on in, getting Fausted and annihilated. Shinobi Warrior in orbit right in the mid-60s right now. We have Tuda slowly regaining his army back to probably the low 50s. Germans looking very good right now. IL-2 bomb strike coming on in. Decruise the Sturm Tiger with excellent use of that. I want to say it was that. Yes, it was. Okay, so we decrewed it. Didn't do much damage, but at the very least, any veterancy he had is now gone in an instant. Unfortunately, the Soviets are losing territory on the right to gas. That is something that he does have to worry about. The Soviets do keep pressing along the side. Then yeah, it's going to be a bit of an issue because those resources are just going to go back and feed the German war machine and allow them to get bigger, stronger weapons. The good news is, even though they're getting a lot of fuel and munitions right now, and again, quite a few Germans have a decent amount of fuel in the backdrop, the issue is actually a little more manpower, especially with gas. Gas needs, if he wants to get the Ag Tiger, he needs to get 800 manpower. He's like near zero. So it's like the Italians being like, we want to supply all our men, and someone is slowly telling Mussolini, sir, we don't have the economy to field that many. It's like, nonsense. Okay, the Battle of Greece, we'll win it in a month. 6 months later. Okay, we restocked our men, let's start it. Sir, we launched it, we actually didn't gain any ground. Oh. Wait, what about the main front? I heard we were fighting the Greeks on a hill. Sir, they actually won it and now calling it the second battle of Verdun. Because they trashed us so bad. Sir, we're calling off the offensive. Sir, why are you getting the noose? Anyway. Oh my god. Oh my god, that got dark. Anyway, Soviet forces coming in for a counterattack. Stuka, though, coming on in, gets some of the units on retreat. Panzer Grenadiers coming along the side. Again, not much stopping them. Although conscripts, again, with the rifles and a lot of kills, although bundle grenades going to do quite a bit. Oh, great hit. Annihilates a good chunk of the men on the ice. And yeah, they fall back pretty damn quick. Soviet forces quickly healing. Nice job with some of the veterancy on the S-76 stuff. A lot of tank destroyers in mid. Armor could be for a rude awakening. I'm looking at you, Sturm Tiger. Don't fail me. Anyway, grenade hitting the Panzer Fusiliers, pulling it back. The Grenadiers still holding the point. VP-wise, it's still against the Soviets, and looks like the Sturm Tiger didn't go too far ahead and got a nice, good shot on some forward Soviet forces. So good hit there, good hit. Stuka, by the way, at 47 kills, although 20 kills for that Volk squad, not too shabby. Let's see, how's Gas looking? Gas has 20 kills. Oh my god, so much artillery. Oh my, there goes the guard troops. S-85 taking a lot of hits. Tiger moving on in. Hello. Oh my god, executing the amount of armor they have. Vet 3 Panzer IV just helping execute those Su-85s. While they are taking out the Tiger and are marking it, there's just a lot of AT fire coming in, so that they just can't get the kill on the German armor, but the Germans are getting some excellent hits on the Soviets. Panzer Grenadiers as well heading back. I think he did lose a squad, though, to be 100% honest. I think he did lose a squad. So wrapped... No, he got... Never mind, he made it back. He just retreated early. Okay. I thought they were still together. Double Jagdpanzer in mid. Hey, Jagdpanzer, even though I do criticize it a little bit, is a fantastic tank destroyer unit, especially if like hit and run. It has some good speed and good deflection, so I'll give it that. The only thing I'll say is I wish it had better sights like the Su-85, but nothing to criticize on it. It's still incredibly useful. Anyway, Panzer IV being slowly pushed back by the Su-85s, but yeah, Gas is like stepping on something to come on over, but while he has all of his forces currently on this front, Katyusha's gonna wreck. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Gas is like, sir, we finally have enough manpower to get to start saving up for the Yag Tiger. Excellent. Put it out. Sir, we actually lost it. We're gonna have to use all that manpower for our men. Why am I paying you? You don't pay us, sir. Anyway, conscripts and shocks trying to retake mid. Again, luckily they do have their VP on the right. So while all those forces were fighting in mid before I got cut off by the Katyusha, just one conscript squad just walks on in and decides, hey, we're taking all the territory back. And that should actually give the Soviets a fighting chance with resources, because they desperately need fuel. They absolutely need any fuel they can get. Orbit, by the way, bringing out an IS-2 onto the field. Very nice. What armor are we looking at? So we have Jagdpanzer, Panzer IV, Tiger, Jagdpanzer, and a Panzer II, probably the best armored unit right now the Germans have at their command. Most powerful, I would say. Anyway, double Su-85, Su-76, and IS-2 for Orbit. Shinobi has no frontline armor. He is currently down and not having enough. He does have a good batch of artillery, so at least he's providing that fire support for his infantry and his allies to come on in. Wait, by the way, has Tuda provided... Yes, okay, so very nice. He has provided not Orbit... And it doesn't look like Shinobi. Those Shinobi could have lost his forces. He is providing that support. Storm Tiger preparing to fire on the IS-2. Could pin it. He does actually get a great hit. But unfortunately, the IS-2 has some decent armor. So it didn't do as much as he may have liked. But still, at the very least, he did get a ton of veterancy from it. So good job there. You made out at least. Even if you didn't hurt it. Or a lot. Conscripts. Oh my god. Well, that unit got effed. Panzer IV coming along the flank. Again, smart, stopping at the river line. Airstrikes coming on in against the German, well, it's not German, Soviet armor. Jesus, I'm losing my mind. IS-2 super low. If they get recon, they might take it out. Good super close air support, by the way. Stuka coming on in, doing quite a bit of damage versus the infantry. Excellent hit once again. Jagdpanzer needs to go back further. I believe, yeah, there's mechanized back there. Additional airstrikes coming on in. I'm sorry, no. Breakthroughs coming on in. Oh my god, the Soviets being pounded right now by German artillery. Luckily, IS-2 is getting some repairs. Wait. Do the Soviets... Oh my god, clutch. Shinobi coming in with anti-air. Very smart. Immediately shooting down those planes and not allowing them for a second strafe. Great job, seriously. Meanwhile, it looks like the Blob has returned. And like I said, he used a good chunk of his manpower. Oh, wait, no, he's getting a Stuka. Okay, he's getting a Stuka. I think a Yag Tiger would honestly be beneficial with the amount of Su-85s currently in mid. I think that would actually be helpful. Panzer II could make a good play against the half-track and neutralize it. I don't see any mines over here. Although it looks like he may have realized Shinobi sending over some guards. Population-wise, by the way, we're looking at a population in the low 60s for the Soviets. In upper 70s for the Germans. Coming back very well. Panzer II coming around, getting some excellent hits on the half-track, forcing the Soviets back. Pressing a little bit, he may have to request some additional assistance from his comrades, and it looks like that is being answered. Tuda bringing over that support. Conscripts pinning the Panzer II, and that might be his death sentence as the T-34 rushes over. He's going to have to focus on the T-34 over the ice. If he can break the ice, maybe he can do something. He does get a hit, but doesn't break it. Guard troops coming on from behind, and he gets knocked out. Poor Panzer II. He tried his best. But he, like I said, maybe some infantry support would have helped him, and helped and possibly get him out of there. Meanwhile, we have Gas taking over the right-hand side. At the very least, that's, again, more resources being diverted away from the Soviet economy. Stuka firing again, which, by the way, I need to double-check how many. 57 kills. Oh my god, 57 kills. Sorry, you're vet 3 only. IS-2 opening fire on the Grenadiers. Panzer Grenadiers trying to take mid. We do have shock troops though coming on in. One shock troop actually have survived. The rest of them are... But oh my god. Well, nice hit there on that Panzer Grenadier squad. Panzer Grenadiers opening fire on the IS-2, not doing too much damage. IS-2 can take a lot of hits, so they're going to need to do something. Meanwhile, Jagdpanzer, Tiger, they have enough forces. They do have a good hold. They can definitely hold mid, if need be. And again, Hawk, Jesus Christ, 900 munitions. What do you do? I mean, funny enough, he doesn't have any units he can bring a Panzer Commander to. So he's just in that weird scenario where he has so much munitions, but he can't really use it. Except for maybe the Jagdpanzer, he could use the special heat rounds. Stuka coming in once again. Not too much major damage, a little bit of health and model kill here or there. Volk Squad's trying to come over here to get some kills. There's a weapon crate over here, possibly for Shinobi Warrior to pick up. He might be able to pick it up in time. Hopefully he does. He does get some additional weapons. Now he's trying to get the hell out of there. Half-Strike coming in to suppress the infantry. Does have to worry about armor, but looks like most of it's busy in mid, so he's pretty clear, honestly. Meanwhile, once again, Panzerfusiliers surprised that, well, how do I put this nicely? Surprised they're just still staying around, honestly. Figured they would try to go to help mid or something. Look, I'm not saying you have to stay there and defend the territory. You're literally right outside the Soviet base. If they wanted to go, they could send men real quick. But, it's just one of those things where it's like, they'll take territory in order to get to you, so you'll know when they're coming. I don't think the Soviets would just walk over here to take the fuel and not be like, it's not connected, but that's fine. Katusha coming on in. Panzerfusiliers better run. They do lose a few more models on the retreat. Panzerfusiliers charging. Again, this is where another squad could come in handy. A T-grenade could have been fired. They might hit one of the Su-85s. Armor's still staying back a little bit. Storm Tiger did fire a shot and got 20 kills, so he has hit a number of Soviets. That one's crawling in a hole right now. Oh boy. Su-85 coming on in over the ice. Panzer IV could take full advantage of this. A little late though. Looks like he made it over. Although Jagdpanzer now providing that support, I don't think this Su-85 is going to live. Panzer IV backing on up though. He absolutely could go for the kill. Massive battle going on, man. Oh my god. IS-2 fighting the Tiger. Great job. Tiger trying to hold. Gets one Su-85 dead. Mark though trying to back on up. Out of control. One last shot can be fired. He does fire it. IL-2 strike coming on in against the armor. I guess trying to kill the Tiger just in case. Rocket strike coming on in. Jagdpanzer missed the shot. Sturm Tiger coming on in. The thing about it is the Sturm Tiger can take all the hits and the Jagdpanzers can dish out the damage. That's why these guys better run. Because look at that. Sturm Tiger took 3 hits. Yeah, I've only lost a quarter health. Panzerwerfer coming on in. I'm assuming trying to kill that Su-85 or maybe some infantry. Infantry coming along the left-hand side, though, could do some major damage. Once again, these troops are just chilling. Right now, the Soviets are on the back foot. They really need to get some kills against the Germans. And the Germans are looking pretty fierce. Population-wise, they're still in the mid-70s, though. Some guys are losing a few more units, but they still have a decent amount in reserves. Nearly 1,200 apiece. Meanwhile, the Soviets are definitely down in manpower and fuel, except for Tuda. Tuda's actually looking pretty good right now with the amount of manpower and fuel. He could definitely beef up his army. The only weird thing is, they were doing well when he was forcing them away. Yes, he got double teamed on a flank, but that's where some mines come in. And oh, and look and behold, you have 500 munitions. You could literally make this place the German equivalent of a graveyard if you wanted to. But so many forces would die charging. At the very least, you got a kill right there. So actually, that Hawk now has no frontline units. So it's still plenty of manpower to reinforce. Although I don't think he cares. I think he just wanted the king. I'm just going to be honest. Storm Tiger knocks out a good chunk of Shinobi's forces, forcing them back. Again, we have additional forces by gas charging on in and trying to take the territory. Su-85 fighting the king. Again, not a great fight for the Su-85. Very close to the king. King's going to drive it back. I think is he using heat rounds? He is. Su-85 somehow barely alive. King continuing the pressure. One last shot would do it. He might fire. Come on, King. Knock it out. No, he's busy on the conscripts. And the Su-85 is still going to hit him. Oh my god, doesn't get the kill. Although Panzer IV going straight at the Su-85. Vet 3, looking pretty fierce, gets the kill. Very nice. IS-2 firing at the king, but over the ice, needs to watch out. It would suck if he fell through, but luckily he does manage to get above it. Anyway, a Panther and the Jagdpanzer are still guarding. Finally, Orbit takes the right-hand side. Someone does. Jesus. Stuka coming in. That's why you retreat your Katyushas, ladies and gentlemen, and send it back to base. You don't want to be in place, because then the enemy's like, wait a second. His Katyusha keeps firing from that one point. Maybe we should use our own artillery to hit there. That sounds like a good idea. Let's do it. Panzerwerfers as well, firing to finish it off, and unfortunately, as a random casualty, hit the engineer, stopping the Su-85 from being healed. Good news for the Soviets, or at least gaining more territory, and it looks like they picked up a PyroShark from the shock troops. So, pretty nice indeed. I love the fact that it's just like, shh, hide behind. We can't let them know we're here. Why? Because I don't want to be artied to death. Have you seen that, Stuka? But anyway, moving on. Let's actually double check on said Stuka. We have double Panzer. Oh my god, did he lost the Stuka? Oh, that was revenge, I'm assuming. Oh wait, no, that's not. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong guy. Stuka did not die. 65 kills. Maybe the other Stuka from Gas died, because I think he got a Stuka earlier. Millhawk, by the way, 65 kills. Looking pretty nice. IS-2 opening fire. Sturm Tiger coming on in. Again, I see a bunch of units all grouped up. Sturm Tiger's wet dream is in his sights, but he's being shot in the rear, even though 2 shots only brought him down like 15%. Something just died. Kubel just got punished. Plane just crashed somewhere. Unsure where, but the blobs are coming back. And shock troops trying to get the hell out. Again, VP point-wise, additional pressure being set on the Soviets, but luckily the Soviets have done a decent job at being competitive. Sturm Tiger getting another excellent shot, 32 kills. Soviet forces pulling on back. King might be trying to kill him, but alas, not able to. Volk squad currently being shredded. Oh my god, it's a recruit, and might unfortunately be punished. Oh boy, it's not... Oof. IS-2. Oh my god, some fierce fighting going on. Katyusha hitting them. Driving back the blob. Fire actually him on the way out. And yeah, I'm going to be honest. I think Gas lost... Yeah, he lost a decent chunk of manpower with that. Airstrike's coming on in, though. We still have anti-air, so the plane should be shot down pretty quick. Hopefully. This thing does need repairs, though. I don't know... Oh, the King refocused on this front. Is the IS-2 dead? Oh my god. That sucks. Stuka coming in, missing the AT gun. Battle still raging in mid. We have some airstrikes going on over. So yeah, for the most part, let's see, hold on. What is that? Mark target. Is it just mark target? Okay. IS-2 was defeated from orbit. His Su-85 though did escape, so that's good. Soviet forces are holding this point for at least some part of time, so that's good. Panzerfaust hitting the Su-85. We have Panzerwerfer coming on in. Getting some excellent hits. Panzergrenadiers charging on in to try to grab that territory. Breakthrough coming on in. Oh, that T-34 got annihilated. Poor Tuda. Tuda's selling a decent amount of manpower and fuel, though, so he's still okay. Orbit gaining actually more manpower. He should be good for another IS-2 if he wants it. Or maybe a 2 T-34s or, you know, something else like that. And then we got ourselves Shinobi Warrior, and he's actually has a good population even if his manpower is not the best right now. Hawk is a little bit down, and he definitely needs more men. He's basically on recruits for his infantry. His armor's looking pretty great. His King's still a little new, but still, everything else is pretty damn fierce. His Jagdpanzer has yet to get a kill, but almost met 3. Hot damn. Anyway. So yeah, a lot of Soviet forces prepped and ready to go. And yeah, Panzerfaust slowly pushing back the shock troops. More shock troops coming on in. Sturm Tiger looking for a new kill, and those shock troops pushing on the point might give the Sturm Tiger an ability to hit it without being seen. Hold on, he's pulling back. He may have realized Sturm Tiger's there. Yep, he's repositioning. Sturm Tiger's firing. Does get a few models down, so that's good. At the very least, the shock troops, again, even if you don't kill the unit, just make it so that way it's expensive. Like, again, that was pretty bad because he lost that highly vetted Panzerfaust squad with that kill. But the other squad's one model, so it's going to take a lot of manpower to get that back up. And, yeah, Gas doesn't exactly have a ton of manpower to burn on either A, new units, or B, the constant losses, especially if he's trying to get a Yag Tiger, because, by God, you have 500 fuel. That's why also I'm like, guys, I know fuel is very important, but munitions is so much more important in these games. I'm just saying, at least for doctrines that can use munitions in a more consistent clip. Suka coming down, hitting a few conscripts, forcing some back. Meanwhile, we have shock troops taken right. The Soviets might be able to get triple cap. With the Punch Fusiliers coming in, probably not, but at the very least they decapped it, so that's a nice little win right there. Nice shot, by the way, with the Su-85. Oh my god, we have a huge group of Su-85s charging forward against the Jagdpanzer. Katusha as well hitting the infantry around it. Panther trying to get the hell out. T-34 coming along the side. I'm unsure why it's that way. Oh, it doesn't want to run to the Tiger. Okay. Su-85 taking hit after hit. Su-8. Oh, my Jagdpanzer's down. Su-85 is crippled. Mark target on that Vet 3. Oh my god, he's so low. Jagdpanzer on the left could kill it. Does manage to. Panzer 4 charging on in. Too much armor. Can't really do much. He still has two Su-85s, even though I think they've lost two Su-85s. No, a Su-85 and a T-34 on the front. Yeah, they're pulling on back. Germans still have a decent amount of armor with the Tiger. One really good Jagdpanzer. Storm Tiger, King Tiger. The only thing is this Jagdpanzer definitely needs heals, but overall not looking too shabby. Meanwhile, we have an IS-2, but instead of heading to mid, which has become literally a meat grinder, which I think fits Reshev very well, it's heading right. And, yeah, there's not much stopping them, honestly. Shock troops as well coming on in. They can decap the point and continue that pressure to bring the Axis down to either equal with VPs or, you know, help win the game. Either way, it would be very, very important for them to do so, so good to see if that's the case. Anyway, Panzer, Werfer currently hitting this area. Sturm Tiger trying to go in for that kill, although double Su-85 is trying to drive him back. AT guns opening fire. Sturm Tiger could be a bit of hassle. He needs a great shot, and he gets it! The Su-85 is barely alive. Both of them are stunned. He's going to make a desperate escape. Vet 4! Oh my god. He's like, going to skip a veterancy, or like, I think he was only a Vet 2, so yeah, he just shot up. Panzerwerfer coming on in, trying to finish off the unit. Does get a good hit on the AT gun, and the Su-85s will fall back. So, at the very least, he now has a Vet 4 Sturm Tiger, and he made it back. Plus, Stuka is 70 kills. Hot damn. The Katusha is 41. Orbit, I think his best unit is the Su-85, and the, yeah, he doesn't have a lot of high killers. Conscript-wise, 32 kills. Tuda's conscript's looking pretty good. His armor's a little lacking. Raptor, his Panzer 4 has been on point, along with his Grenadiers, though to a lesser extent. Oh my god. Gas, you've lost a majority of your infantry, although to be fair, I think he's fine with that, as he sacrificed them to maybe bring out a Yag Tiger. But again, just to be 100% clear, IL-2, he has 600 munitions. He can absolutely call more if he needs to. Sacrifice the T-34 to kill it if need be. And he has plenty of infantry. King Tiger had to divert to try to knock back their shock troops, so that way they can get back the VP. Because right now, the Allies are about to eclipse the Germans. The Germans absolutely need the VPs. But with the decently vetted guards and conscripts over here, I don't think that'll be the case. Great Katusha hitting him on the retreat. By the way, Shinobi, your yeah, I was going to say, your Katusha is still the best thing you got. Tiger as well having a couple issues there. Looks like the last one. Hold on. T-34 trying to figure out what to do. He's going along the side. I think he's going to back up and ram. Aw, man. IL-2 bomb strike coming in, but he missed by quite a bit. Sturm Tiger doesn't know where to shoot. I think he figured it out, though. Oh, no. And Shinobi just got devastated. Sturm Tiger now up to Vet... what? I want to say Vet 5. I'm going to say Vet 5. How many men, Shinobi, do you have? You have one infantry unit, one support, and two Katushas. And the Su-85 is trying to get a kill on the Tiger. Might be able to. Unfortunately, he is not. Oh, wait, no! He did! Wait, is that Katusha? Hold on. Yeah, there's artillery coming in this sector. The Katusha probably got it. So I'm assuming that was Shinobi. Yeah, Shinobi's Katusha got it, and yeah, got the kill. The Katusha killed the Tiger. Great shot. Again, at least he knocked it out, although the headquarters building needs some repairs. Jesus. Yeah, just fire coming down. Okay. trying to burn away the Panzer headquarters. Might be able to do it, honestly. That would be actually a nice little win. Infantry unit did die as well, so the Germans are also losing quite a bit. Panzerwerfer is defeated, although, yeah, Su-85 died. Double Jagdpanzer's opening fire, just shredding him. Shot did miss. I think he activated heat rounds. He did. He's going to need to drive back. Meanwhile, we have an IS-2 fighting off Panzerfusiliers. This squad's about to die. Sayonara. IS-2's like, you will not escape. Jagdpanzer Vet 4 looking pretty sweet. Lots of shock troops. That's a lot of manpower, Orbit. But, I mean, hey, if it works, it works. And to be fair, it looks like you're about to kill another Panzerfusilier squad. Oh, okay, retreated. Good. King Tiger, 17 kills. Sturm Tiger, 51 kills. That's probably the best Sturm Tiger I've seen in quite some time. Hot damn. Germans did recapture the right-hand side. They're trying to get mid, but the Soviets just being stubborn as hell grab it back. Really great job. Soviet forces, by the way, are down. Shinobi did get some more units and a T-34-85 deployed. So right now they're hovering in the low 60s. Axis currently are actually lower, even though I think I thought they had a bit more, but honestly, I think they're either in the upper 50s or actually low 60s. They're tied. But they're going to need some good hits. Vet 5 Stuka being protected by the MG. Again, good. That's good positioning. This one, yeah, this one died. But that one at least guarding from a flank. They do have smoke. And the IS-2 is going over the ice. Mines. But anyway, does it, you know, at the very least, they might be able to push forward and maybe kill the Panzer headquarters. Which, by the way, he has wasted so much manpower, he has been unable to get that YAG. He really wants that. Either he really wants it, or he just, at this point, doesn't care. He's just cock-teasing me the entire time. But Su-85 getting heals after, yeah, another Soviet unit died. Luckily, IL-2 comes in for that nice little clean wipe. So that's a, well, very important unit they just annihilated. Very good shot. Panzer IV helping kill the AT gun, which is, fortunately, out of position. Unfortunately, this has yet to get an MG, which I don't know why, Raptor, you have not given this... Like, this Panzer IV has done so much work. An MG would just help it so much. It's like, nah, you have to get 50 kills before you get that MG. But what about that King Tiger? The King Tiger's a king. Shut up. Anyway, King Tiger using heat rounds to just make that Su-85 just get knocked out. Although AT grenade being thrown, that King's going to be a bit slower now. Stuka coming on in, trying to break that support. Unfortunately, did he just execute that man? Okay, he did. He executed that man. Alright, so the Germans also executing people who are retreating now. Alright, at least we know what year this battle's taking place. It's slowly but surely we're seeing, like, the war progress. IS-2 now fighting the King. Su-85, though, gets the final shot. Vet 5 Sturm Tiger is now about to hit the ISU. I'm sorry, the IS-2, not ISU. Panzer, oh my god, fire point blank. Gets an amazing hit on the IS-2. Panzer Shreks could be fired to knock it out. One more volley, and yep, there it goes. Although Katusha coming in point blank on the Grenadiers, forcing them back. And Jagdpanzer trying to come in. But there's a problem. The Soviets currently hold triple VPs. So even though they have taken heavy losses, the Soviets are down to low mid-40s, I would say, and the Germans are in the easily upper 50s. Tuda saying GG, Tuda having most of his men back at base, being very, very like, oh yeah, we got this. Again, they need to hold both VPs. AT gun, it needs quickly repositioned in there. I think he realized, nope, he just, is he on fire artillery? He does, but it's too late. Shinobi Warrior realized the situation. He's like, ooh, run there, hurry. But yeah, honestly, the right-hand side being decapped, that really helped. The triple VP cap brought it down. I don't know if the Soviets could have continued that in terms of losses. I think they may have bitten off more they can chew if that game would have went on for a bit longer. But solid territorial grabs by the Soviets. Managed to take over the right and just bring it down. Gaz, I am so curious on you. You use so much on men. I think a Yag Tiger would have been so helpful in mid. And then having at least like I mentioned earlier, you had a decent force. And then you just said screw it and you didn't have anything else. I think having something there to protect those units really would have helped. But anyway, let's double check the overall damage. By the way, have to give it up to Shinobi Warrior for submitting this replay. He wasn't the best in terms of kills or damage, but he was reliable. That's the thing. He was pretty damn reliable, especially with the artillery support. That really helped his team out a lot for killing infantry and armor alike. Anyway, Orbit got most damage, although Tuda got most kills. And again, have to give Tuda some credit for the airstrikes as well as really helping buff a lot of his teammates there. So even though Orbit eventually just lost everything, it was like, okay, shock troops all the way, he at least helped his team. So got to give him out there. Orbit, I think you had solid armor for the most part. Pretty good infantry kills. But yeah, you were also reliable. Let's double check. Hawk had most damage and kills. Abso-freaking-lutely. This Sturm Tiger is probably one of the best plays of the Sturm Tiger I've seen in quite some time. Didn't kill any armor, but by God, Shinobi hated this thing. This thing literally killed Shinobi's army in one shot. It's literally a person's dream for a Sturm Tiger. Just knock out an entire front army and just force them back. So really good job there. As well as with the Stuka, 70 kills, 3 vehicles destroyed, really top tier. And also Jagdpanzer. It wasn't just artillery. He had long-range artillery, he had an assault artillery, or like an assault gun type unit, and also the Jagdpanzer that was doing so much work. And again, Milhawk as well, using the T rounds to a better effect. Though I will say, I wish he had something with a Panzer Commander. As far as I know, he did not. As far as I didn't see him use a Panzer Commander. But I think that would have been beneficial for the artillery to help break up a lot more of the support equipment. Infantry-wise, you did okay. Raptor. You had a good... That Panzer IV was a champ. That Panzer IV did so good. And along with your Panzer Grenadiers and Grenadiers, overall you did pretty well. The weakness, I would say, is your Panzer Werfers either died or were not great. But again, hats off to you for building all those caches to support your allies. And also coming over here to help your teammates as well. Got to give it to the Germans for the initial blow to Tuda. That literally held them so much territory. I honestly, if I look over here at like Hawk, and it's not Hawk, it's more like a little bit with gas and definitely Tuda. Tuda, you really could have mined this area up to delay the Germans from attacking, but you really didn't do that. I think more mines over here would have helped. And yes, I know you're using your munitions for that, but still, you could literally place 10 mines, and you would still have plenty of munitions for everything else. So just point that out. But anyway, let's look at their best units. Yeah, the Panzer IV, abso-freaking-lutely top tier. Then we have Hawk going the Jagdpanzer, 15,000 damage, doing excellent. Vogue Squad's nothing to sneeze as well, 91 kills. Let's double check. Gas. Jagdpanzer as well, doing pretty damn well. Actually, more damage, so gotta give credit where credit is due. 115 kills for Tuda. His conscripts were on freaking point. Like, they got so many kills. Again, really reliable with that. His armor, I think, just needed a little more survivability. S285, 42,000 damage. He lost quite a bit. But they dished out so very much. Good job, Orbit, on that tank destroyer defense. And 66 kills for Shinobi. Great job there. And also, good job with the anti-air. That shot down the planes that were coming in. That really helped your allies out significantly. So, good job with that solid defense. Anyway, that's going to be it for this game. Thank you for watching. Make sure you submit your replays to greyshotproductions@gmail.com. And hopefully, Kotu doesn't F me over with replays in the future. Yeah, I can do them more on a consistent basis, so that way, again, COVID doesn't delay me or anything like that. But it's been Greyshot17. I'll see all of you next time.
Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17, and before I go, I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Milam, Joey G240, Anton, Bishara, Ion, PyroShark, Ace, and Jakub Ocwieja. Seriously guys, thank you so much for your amazing support, especially over the past month. Been through a lot of personal hurdles, but you guys make it a little easier knowing that you guys support me. And same thing with the patrons down below. But this has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see all of you next time.